Hi everyone, welcome to Soul Seekers Tarot and your reading. I'm Corey. I hope you're all doing very well. Let's get started with your reading. Pick a card reading. Sunday, pick a card. Soul Seekers Tarot, let's find out what the question is. It's what's significant that's happening or coming in for you during this new moon in Virgo. I realize the new moon has already come in, but the energies usually last for a few days before and a few days after, into a week after. So let's find out. Let's pull 3 cards from this oracle deck to find out what your piles are for you to choose from. Pile 1, Oshun of the Ancestors, card number 6. It is sacred lineage, belonging, and family. Yes, 6 is about love and family. Let's see, put that there. All right, and for pile 2, Oshun of Boundaries, card number 28, which is 10, and that's a 1, so it's a new beginning. So cord cutting, energetic balance, and liberation. So new beginning and being freed from some kind of energy or something. Pile 3, Oshun's Asai, worthiness, card 15, that's another 6. So worthiness, self-worth, and self-respect. So love, family, yeah, love for self, worthiness, self-worth, and self-respect. Okay, those are your 3 piles. Now, please use your intuition to determine which pile you'll choose. You can, if you feel drawn to more than one, go for it. And otherwise, if you have a difficult time trusting your intuition, hang on, we'll do that in a minute. Let's find some numbers for you to choose from. Okay, buddy. There's my wacky cat. He's doing this. Yeah, on just anything. Anything can find. He does that too. He's just got that thing about him. So 2 and 3 for pile 1. And 4 and 6 for pile 2. And then 1 and 5 for pile 3. Now again, it would be 2 or 3 or 23 or 32. Add them together, you have a 5. It could be 46, 64, 4 or 6, and add them together, that'd be 10. And the same with this. It'd be 15 or 51, 1 or 5, or add them together and you get 6. So if any of those numbers resonate with you, your birth date, you see it on a license plate while you're coming home before you watch this reading, just any old thing, maybe it's your house number. Let's see. If it's not that you're using, it's your zodiac signs. Or a combination of the numbers and zodiac signs. So for pile 1, we have Libra and Taurus. Pile 2, we have Pisces and Aquarius. Did I say pile 2? I meant pile 1. I don't know if I said pile 2 or not, but this is all pile 1, so I don't know what I'm thinking. So for pile 2, we have Virgo and Capricorn, and we have Gemini and Leo. Okay, and as you can see for pile 3, we have Aries and the Crab, Cancer. Never know which way to put it. And Sagittarius and Scorpio. Okay, my lovely people, this is what we have for your 3 piles. So take your time and I'll be back with you shortly. Hi, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen card number 6 for the first pile, Oshun of the Ancestors, sacred lineage, belonging, and family. Something to do with family, something to do with the family tree, something to do with just, you know, your family dynamics, your family group, something to do with family, or at least feeling like, if it's not your actual birth family, you could be feeling like you have a family of other people. Maybe the people that you work with, you feel like a lot of you are feels like having a close knit bond between you that feels like family to you. maybe even more so than your family. You never know. But in any case, we've got, if you didn't pick it for what we're looking at here with the card, you'll be picking it with the number or your zodiac sign. But the question is, what's significant? What's significant that's happening or coming in for you during this new moon in Virgo? And I'll read the description for that card. Is that it? No, that's not it. That's for that one. Okay, we'll get this straight yet, guys. Just bear with me. I'm a little bit nutty sometimes, just like my cat Fuddy. So if it wasn't that, it was the numbers 2 or 3. So however they resonated with you or didn't. Yeah. And if it's not that, you chose with your zodiac signs. And for this pile, we have Libra and Taurus, Pisces and Aquarius. Okay, guys, so let's find out. First of all, let's get the cards out and then we'll read. Okay, for the major arcana, what do we have? Archangel Michael. This one, okay. Wheel of Fortune. It says Dorothy said nothing. Oz had not kept the promise he made her, but he had done his best. So she forgave him, as he said he was a good man, even if he was a bad wizard. So it's time for a new direction, is what it's saying. Wheel of Fortune. So a cycle is ending, and you're going in an all new direction, an all new cycle. Starting an all new cycle. And let's get some clarification for that. Archangel Michael. This one here, we have the Daughter of Discs, which is the Page of Pentacles. Okay, some kind of offer of friendship. Offer of friendship, an offer, platonic, whatever it is. Let's get a Lenormand. Let's get a Lenormand. A Lenormand, please, Archangel Michael. That one. Oh, we got 2. That was awfully nice of him. We've got the Star card and we have the Mountain. Yep. Star is about being recognized. Okay, recognized, acknowledged. You know, in the tarot, it's about healing and a wish fulfillment, but it's slightly different for the Lenormand. Let me get the book. All right, I'll have a look at that. So I brought the book out so I don't forget, because I'm known to forget. And let's get the Fairy Tale Heroine Oracle to get some more information before we start digging into tarot. See, which way are we going here? Marrying. Woo! Card number 9, marrying. Putting an end to the either the marriage or ending off a cycle at marriage. Okay, ending off a new cycle in marriage. And marriage is not the end, as we know, but it's like either you're putting an end to a marriage, which I do not feel like that is what it is, but you don't know, or it's like you're starting a new cycle and it's about adding to your family, basically, right? Adding to your family. So let's look at the Oshun of the Ancestors, card number 6. See what it has to say. Thriving is my birthplace. Hold your head up high. Know that you never walk alone. The strength of your ancestors flows through you. Lean into their wisdom and courage. You belong. What would you dare to do if you knew you could not fail? Get married, right? Feel your connection to generations past and future. Use this as a solid foundation to build your dreams. You are part of an intricate constellation of divine love and ancestral support, familial support, right? In the here and now or beyond. Acknowledge your lineage and ancestors. When you honor them, you activate a powerful force of guidance, protection, and support. If you feel shaky or uncertain, honor your roots and traditions. You stand on strong shoulders, and from this place of strength, you can live your most powerful life. In moments of doubt or struggle, remember that you are the living, breathing manifestation of countless generations, their hopes, their dreams, and their love. They are your cheerleaders. Honor them by aligning with your highest self. You are never alone. So let's see, her story. Oshun is called the Lady of Gold to signify her connection to ancestral wealth and prosperity. Her flavored offerings include a bounty of oranges, pumpkins, yams, grapefruits, sunflowers, coconut, cinnamon, squash, and lemons. Honey is her favorite, but you must taste it first. Okay, and then it just gives you a ritual you could do. All right, to honor your ancestors, Oshun of the ancestors. Okay, so it's about honoring those who have gone before you, and that knowing that you're fully supported and they're guiding you and they're protecting you along the way. So family is a very strong, it's a strong belief in you that family is very important. Now, you might have that belief from not really having the best type of family support, that when you're going forward and creating your own family, like through marriage, right, that you will do it differently, you know, that you promise yourself that your family is going to be a lot more tightly knit than what your birth family was about. Or you had a very good, a very close upbringing with your family, and you still are close to this day. And it's just something that it's a traditional thing, it's something that you're just going to carry forward into your own family dynamics of your new family that you're forming. Yes, definitely. So what we got here is that what's the significant that's happening in or coming in for you during this new moon in Virgo. I would say someone's wanting to ask you to marry them, or that you are getting married at this point in time. Maybe even as soon as this Friday or Saturday. Yeah, but you're starting a new cycle. There is an offer that is on the table for you, coming in, or that has already come in with the Page of Pentacles, right? Page of Pentacles could be like something of, the wedding ring, right? The engagement ring. So let's find out what the fairy tale heroine says for card number 9. Marrying. The endings of many fairy tales present us with heroines whose reward for their many travails is marriage to an eligible man. They will then, we're told, this is weird. Okay, they will then, we are told, live happily ever after. Although this well-known story closure might seem to be promoting traditional family values and the notion that romantic love represents the pinnacle of a heroine's potential success in life, we should usually avoid interpreting fairy tales in the most obvious ways and according to their surface meanings. Fairy tales are symbolic, and so we can imagine that what's happening here is that the heroine, at the end of her journey, has finally achieved a state of completeness. According to a key concept in the work of Carl Jung, our entire life journey and the long psychological process that Jung called individuation, becoming ourselves, is ultimately a journey to wholeness. To achieve wholeness requires us to integrate and to balance all the many aspects and qualities of our character, and especially the opposing principles in ourselves, so the shadow sides. The hurts, the wounds, the ouches. In this context, we could also see the heroine's marriage as a balancing of the feminine qualities which exist inside all of us with the masculine qualities that we all carry. So yin and yang balance, right? What do you imagine will balance the difficult aspects of your character and make you whole? Where might you encounter it? Well, so since we are talking about what's significant that's happening or coming in for you during this new moon, yes, it could mean that you have reached a plateau of completeness in your journey to wholeness, right? Like Carl Jung would say. And that could very well be. And then I would say, and you are in the process of either getting married now or being asked, you know, to be married, engaged, getting engaged, that leads to being married. Okay, and so then these two cards here, I just want to read the description just to see if I can get something that relates to the story here. Shiny sparkles, guidance and healing is what I promise through a gentle feeling. Iron reassurance, inspiration, a new path for your exploration. Wish upon a star, for I bring hope and light from afar. Yeah. So it's like you've got the stars, which is your ancestors, your ancestral support and guidance that you're receiving from the stars, which is, you know, all the stars in the skies are like our ancestors. Because we came from the stars, although we didn't originally come from the stars, but anyways, planet Earth had to be populated in some way, right? So yeah, you know, through immaculate conception, or however way you would look at how the planet was populated, that's true for you. Okay, carrying on. Let's see. So the star is a good prospect, indicative of this very journey through life. It's preordained, they say. Stars indicate the need for vision and the desire for wish fulfillment. We all heard the saying about someone who has stars in their eyes, and that we should follow our own star. And it's our lucky, thanking one's lucky star. So you might be thanking one lucky star that you have found somebody that you're in love with, that you'd like to spend the rest of your life with. Okay, so let's find out mountain. Mountain we know is an obstacle. A very large one. But it's one that you can climb to get a higher perspective. So I come to bring you challenges and obstacles with blockages and resistance. This is your shadow side that, you know, you would be integrating and yeah, integrating your shadowy side as you are also integrating your qualities and your characteristics, as they said about the, which card was it? This one here, about Carl Jung. No, it is this one here. Yeah, Carl Jung, the fairy tale heroine one. So it says, I will make you late for your date, and my coldness will take emotions off the plate. Pay attention and beware, I can be the enemy in your lair. Yeah, the mountain is symbolic of obstacles in our way. Whilst it may be there to be conquered, as we see from the animal looking, well, that's a different card. It is certainly in our way. Yeah, in the reverie, the mountain appears to us as an almost impossible obstacle, according with its origin as a card of detour, slowing us down. In fact, when combined with other cards, it shows that we might abandon our planned route and take another path. Well, you're not. Okay, you're not abandoning your planned route. You're not taking another path. You are accepting someone's proposal, someone's offer, okay? Because it's leading to marriage. Or, you know, you might be, if you're already married, you might be renewing your vows. So that might be something significant happening for you. You might be going on a really nice vacation, just the two of you, or your whole family. You might be taking, if you can afford to do that sort of thing, and go and renew your vows under the palm trees of, I always say Bora Bora, because I think that's a really cute name of an island. Anyways, you have overcome obstacles. You have been following your lineage, your ancestral lineage of believing that family and belongingness, it matters to you. Like I said, whether you were in a very close-knit family or not, it matters to you going forward. So this is something that you want to create in your life. You want to create a very close-knit family, or you know, if you have family already and you're already you know, you're going to be renewing your vows, or maybe you're getting married as you already got family already. Could be a blended family, the two of you coming together, right? That you want to make sure that you create a happy home for both of your kids, you know, both sides of the blended family for the kids, right? And you're looking forward to not only having all the kids under one's roof, if it's a blended family, you're also looking forward to having grandchildren, all those grandchildren, right? Okay, so let's start we got this one wants to throw itself out at us. So it's a Four of Swords. It's time of being, integrating your individuation, as Jung would say. It was the time of integrating your individuation, so that, because that basically, when you integrate all your characteristics and qualities and your shadow, you have become whole, all by yourself, in and of yourself. You didn't have to do it with someone else to become whole. So you're already whole. And so since you're already whole, you marrying someone else hopefully is already on their path to being whole as well. And if they're not, you can model for them and show them how it's done, right? But in any case, you should be able to have a very kind of peaceful, blessed, and healing vibe in your relationship with your person and in the family, the cohesion of the family, right? It's going to be, because if they're kids, it's going to be up and down like this anyways, but as it's going like this, you cannot make it part of who you are, because you've integrated all of that scary, hairy, freaky stuff going on that we otherwise, if we're not balanced, that's, when we're not integrating our shadows, our fears, when we're not balanced, we kind of go haywire a bit at times, for at least a period of time of one day, or maybe quite a few days. But when we start integrating, become whole, we don't see a need to get locked into that mess. So this is you going wee 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 all the way home, while this one's going like this around you. You see, while all the craziness of everybody else going around, you're kind of like the stable force in all of it. And thank God for you. Thank God for you. Okay, God, let's find out what else we have to say to these fine people on pile 1. King of Swords, the seeker of the truth. Somebody who is, just somebody who's been at the top of the mountain, like I said, going to the top of the mountain, overcoming those obstacles of whatever your fears are that's gotten in the way to you finding peace in your life. Pain, hurt, sorrow, grief, sadness, anger, whatever it is, you have been able to see it from a higher perspective, get a higher perspective of it. And you're now taking that wisdom or that integration, because remember, shadows is your fears. The fear is the ego, which is all the pain of anything that you've suffered emotionally, mentally, or physically. So you have integrated your shadow and the qualities of getting to know who you are in this world, who you are, like what you're meant to, how you sing your song. Basically, how are you singing your song, pile 1? Are you singing it with like regret and remorse, or shame or pain? Or are you singing it from a place of, I've been there, I've been there, done it, I've been in all of that, and I'm choosing to let that heal, to let it go, to lay it down, lay those swords down. So the 3 here are standing up like that, right? That's like the 3 of Swords, which is pain and heartbreak and all that sort of stuff. All the things that basically all of us go through at some point in time. Some people can continue to experience those kind of disappointments in life, heartaches and stuff throughout their entire life. That's just because they haven't learned how to, go into themselves and find that centered, that calmness in the center within us, to say, how do I let go of this? I don't want to feel this. I don't want to think about this anymore. How do I let go of this? I don't want to feel like this anymore. And so then you start, if we're sincere asking, and we sincerely, patiently wait to find out how healing is going to come about, then we will receive, because we're listening, we will receive the response, the reactions, the protection, the guidance, everything else. That the sword of truth here, you see, is the one that we pick up after we've had all that hurt and we decided we're going to lay it down. We're laying it down. We're letting it go. It's like letting bygones be bygones, even though you don't have to tell that person you forgive them. You don't have to tell that situation that you forgive it for happening. You don't. You just have to do it within yourself. Just say, you know, I'm going to have to just forgive and forget. Not forget, but let go. Forgive and let go, because who forgets, really, right? We have memories. That's what humans have. So forgive and let go. And that's where you decide to let bygones be bygones and lay down with your beautiful wolf-like dog on a bed of blue and let those swords just hang there, because they've already hurt you. They can't hurt you anymore. Because when you rest and you find peace within your ability to, you know, get yourself centered in that space and time and feeling of, I'm okay, really, I'm okay right here, right now, I'm okay. I really am okay, even though when I think about it, it hurts, it ouch, you know. It reminds me again how painful that was. But I'm still adamant about not feeling like this anymore, so I have to do what I need to do, and that is to put it down long enough to be able to sit in a space of, let's say, meditation or yoga or spending time on your own in nature if you enjoy nature, you know, going for walks, going for bike rides, going for a run, whatever it is that you enjoy doing that helps you work off your energy. Yeah, and so then you have that sword there, you see, which is the one in the King of Swords. You found the wisdom from retreating. And, you know, you could have retreated to the top of the mountain, but most of us don't. You know, meditation would work, you know, at home. Meditation will work just as good at home. So, yeah, I want to make some room for an extra card here. So that's what you're doing. With the Six of Swords, taking life's lessons with you. Now, that is what a healing person does. You take the lessons that you received through the painful events, the hardships. Take the lessons, and the lessons generally are something to do with how you would, how you would, like, if you see red flags, how you're going to pay attention to them. And lessons would be how you wouldn't want to have that kind of experience with that type of person or that situation again. So you'll be always aware, not on the lookout, but aware of what you are putting yourself in the middle of, whether it's a relationship with somebody who might be a lot like, who raises red flags, that you this time are going to notice red flags. Before you may have noticed them, but might have ignored them for lack of, you know, saying, love is blind, right? But the person that you're with, you have chosen them to accept their invitation, because you have worked through these things to some degree, where you're able to trust that this person doesn't have many red flags, and the red flags that they might have had, because, you know, you may have red flags to them too. That the two of you actually talked about these things. Let's say if you're getting married in your late 20s or 30s, you might be saying, I don't want kids. You know, it's just something that you need to have a chat with your person about, right? Okay, and let's find out. Seven of Swords. Okay, there's a red flag right there. With the Two of Pentacles, the Lovers, the Queen of Cups. You know me, you gotta push them up. Okay. Six of Pentacles, that's fairness, balance, judgment, answering the call and making a final decision. Four of Cups, making sure that you spot, that you're not totally oblivious to what's on offer to you by the divine. And the Strength card, which is the back of the deck. We have the Eight of Wands, the Hangman, and the Ace of Swords. With the King of Cups, let's just say. We got the Queen of Swords as well, and the Nine of Cups, and the King of Pentacles, and so forth and so on. So we'll just leave them right there. Okay. So what we got here is, you know, you have been either given somebody the offer, let's get married, or you're receiving an offer, or you're renewing your vows, you know, that kind of thing. All right, so Four of Swords, laying down your troubles, your troubled mind, your troubled ways, your troubled mind from before, and saying, I want to basically, you know, without actually putting it in these words, I want to be at peace. I want to be at peace. I want to be happy. Let's just say, I want to be happy. I don't want all the suffering and pain that I have already experienced in my life, in relationships and anything else for that matter. Any kind of area of life. Remember, we've got the 4 areas of life where it is like relationships deal with, you know, friends, family, co-workers, acquaintances, and strangers, really. Romantic partners as well. And then you have job, work, career, and education, and then finances and health, you know, mental, emotional, and physical health. Okay, so King of Swords, you've gone up and you have arisen into your wholeness and said, now it's time for you to come down from all that you've learned through life and put it into a perspective of, this was all for me. This was all for me. Who likes to take ownership of all the pain that we've gone through? But if you really look at it from a higher perspective of like everything happens for a reason, then you say, that forced me to do something different or to think something different, and then that means it forced me to grow in some way. And those are the lessons you're taking from the emotional waters to the calm waters. Okay, 7 of Swords is maybe, you know, finding a way to be able to avoid, you know, any other kinds of trickery or deception with others, you know, by others, even maybe yourself. You know, maybe you have told white lies, or, you know, to get yourself out of a situation that maybe you're not, that you're remembering, because your spirit will inject these memories into your mind at the most weirdest times too. So you'll remember that, oh yeah, I used to use that excuse when I didn't want to actually tell that person that I don't want to do this, whatever. So you might be trying to straighten out your own like backyard, right? So avoiding any more further self-deception or deception by others, or deception from you to others. Okay, you take it as how it resonates. 2 of Pentacles is you're finding a way to manage your energies in a way that says, whatever choices I make in life, they're going to come from a grounded, well balanced. What is this like? I remember reading it in the book. It's something to do with it's a symbol. Has to do with the symbol of the Egyptians or something. I can't remember, but she's standing on that. She's standing on top of it. It's coming out of the water, or it's in the water. I can't remember. But in any case, it has something to do with being in balance. I don't remember. It was a while back. But the Lovers, yeah, the choice that you're going to make is always going to come from a place of wholeness, right? Well, at least as much as you can, you know, honestly remember to do. But in any case, you're the Queen of Cups. I mean, the Queen of Cups comes from the balanced energy. She's emotionally balanced, meaning that she's emotionally intelligent, meaning that she has got her mind and her heart talking to each other. They're on the same page. You know, so whatever she's thinking, she will say it with compassion and caring and kindness. Whatever she does, she will do it with compassion, gentleness, caring, and kindness, because she has her quality and her characteristics that she's integrated as a queen is all about love. It's all about love, kindness, healing, and, you know, intuition as well, but knowing how to love herself so that she can do unto others as she would have them do unto her in kindness and caring, compassionate, gentle ways. And she wears her emotions on her shoulder, on her arm, right? She is vulnerable that way, but she's balanced in that vulnerability. She's not afraid to show her qualities and her characteristics as she's integrated them. She doesn't have a fear, right? The shadow, she doesn't have a fear of being taken advantage of. That she knows that when she's going to get into a situation or get into a relationship with somebody, start a relationship with somebody, that if there are any red flags, she's going to address them right away. Not only is she going to be aware of them and not, just kind of slip them under the rug because it's not the right time, and it might not be right time, but she will remember to talk to their person when it's a better time that day or the next day. Okay, so the Six of Pentacles is like, this is again a balanced energy where the energies of giving and receiving are very much in tune with, aligned with her and her integration of wholeness, right? So the wheel of fortune, it's like turning in her favor. It's also the type of energy that's going to bring mass amounts of goodness in her life, because wealth, fortune comes in all its many different forms, not just financial. So the Judgment, again, it's about look at, they're all very much part of being in balance for each other, with each other. And so they are receiving the call to be balanced, right? To integrate, to become that individual who is then whole, so that they can make decisions, choices that are balanced and fair and balanced. Four of Cups is sitting on, she's sitting on a throne, I think. Yeah, but she is not, she's not laboring in a very regretful or painful way, looking at the cups, and they're not even tipped over. So for her, she's looking at what has gone in the past, okay, what she's been through in the past. And to me, when they're not tipped over like that, usually in the other cards they're tipped over, they're spent, right? To me, that says that those are things that she's been able to forgive, to allow, to accept, as like the Six of Swords, as the lessons that she had to have. All those swords right there, the lessons that she had to go through. There's one there, in order for her to be where she's at right now as the Queen of Cups energy, ready for love, ready to engage in a loving, caring, integrated family, or just the partnership, marriage, family dynamic relationships with her people, the people that she wants to spend time with. And again, if you're a man watching this, you can be in your Queen of Cups energy. So when I say her, I'm just, because I'm talking about the Queen here, but it could be a he. All right, so she or he is looking at those as saying, it's kind of like trophies, up on the mantle of a fireplace, saying, this is what I've done, this is what I've achieved. I've achieved growth from this. I've achieved wisdom from this. And I've achieved a whole lot of love for myself from this. And I will not, be blind to anything else that comes into my life, by saying, by looking at it as if to say, well, of course that should happen. I deserve it. That kind of thing. It'll be like, I feel blessed. There's more coming into my life right here. The divine is bringing more, because I have looked at these as if to say, I'm okay with what's happened to me. It was painful, yes, but I'm growing to know that I can let things go right here. And because I want to be in a different energy, different frame of mind, moving forward into a connection, or revowing yourself from you know, if you're going to renew your vows, it probably means that you're quite a bit older than you were before when you first got married. And so you have gained some wisdom yourself. And so you want to renew your vows from that kind of, that the more wiser you, promising to love and behold, right? Till death you do you part. So strength and courage is the name of your game. You have tamed the ego, which is the lion. Hey, the ego is just all fear. You know, if you looked at a lion like that, if you weren't, you know, if you weren't nice and cozy with that lion, you didn't know them and they didn't know you, if they came up to you like that, and even if there was bars between you and them because they're at the zoo or whatever, and they showed their teeth like that at you, it would scare the dickens out of you. It would make you feel fearful, right? And that's the ego. And the ego protects us. The fear protects us. Although it can be taken too far, and that's where problems arise. But the fear is to protect us because we are mortal after all. So we have to, you know, the ego is that energy, is that part of the mind that says, take your hand away from that flame right now, right? If there was no bars, I would say don't ever go anywhere where there could be a lion or a tiger, right? Because they can climb trees, so it doesn't matter if you can climb them or not. Unless you have a vehicle right next to you or you're in a vehicle, I wouldn't go anywhere near a place that have wild tigers and lions. But the Eight of Wands here, that's energy moving back and forth very, very quickly. Where you are now looking at something from a way that where energy is like you are perhaps in the energy here of feeling that whenever you conversed with your past relationships, well, however they ended in arguments and someone's saying something and the other one's saying something back for like to hurt each other, right? And so it would be a lot of passionate, angry communication or just arrow slinging communication, right? So this is not always necessarily good communication. We hope that it is, but not necessarily good communication, which made you have to now, as you're remembering these times and these situations and relationships that you've been in that were painful, that you've learned from, you've done it through, you know, enlightenment, seeing things from a different perspective. Like I've said before, you've been to the top of the mountain. Pardon me, I have a cat who's sneezing. If you wonder what that is, he doesn't have a cold. He just has blocked sinuses, which is something he was born with. So we treat him every day for that. So he has to clear himself. And unfortunately, it's at this moment. So a new perspective, right? You are gaining a new perspective. What this sort of energy right here, if you were to stay in it, and you possibly did stay in it for some time before you finally said, I need to let these kind of things go if I want to be happy. It caused you to feel like you were sacrificing your happiness. Like who wouldn't, right? If you're having arguments with your person or your family or your friends and you're fighting, basically, you're fighting, it just feels like it's not going anywhere. Your relationship just can't go anywhere until you get through it. Get over it and get through it. And then the divine comes in and says, because you have gained a different perspective on your life's lessons, your pain, the divine says, I'm giving you the opportunity to move forward in the energy of strength and peace and the aha stuff, right? Where you're going to see not only the red flags, but you're going to see miracles too. And you might see it, you might hear it, you might know it. You know, it's like, it's an inner journey that you're going to go, aha, okay, all right, I kind of get that now. All right, yeah. So this is you are showing up in the energy of the King of Swords as a truth seeker, but with your mind very much in balance with your heart, right? It's the Queen of Cups. So you're both King of Swords and the Queen of Cups energy. Perfect combination for balance. All of that balance, equal give and take, mind and heart on the same page, right? Well, moving forward in that kind of strength of power you gain from wanting peace, nothing but peace and truth. Seeking the truth is peace seeking. It is, it's peace seeking. And you invite somebody in your life who becomes your counterpart. Here you, Queen, here him or her, King energy. That's this one here. That you're accepting an offer of their ring in marriage, or you're giving them the offer. Okay, so that's you. You and her, you and him, or you and her are counterparts, perfect counterparts for each other, and you bring out the best in each of you there. And so why wouldn't you be experiencing the energy of happiness? We got the Queen of Swords here, remember that? Queen of Swords, we've got the Nine of Cups, and then the King of Pentacles. And with the Death, right? At the Death card, I mean, this is transformation. This is life transforming for you. You are allowing you're not only black and white through seeking, like the King of Swords can be quite kind of in that frame of mind, like, I'm only seeking the truth. I don't want to hear about your excuses or anything. Like, you might see it as an excuse, but the Queen of Swords says, tell me your excuse, you know, come tell me your excuse and I'll consider it. Because everybody's got an excuse for why they didn't show up for this or that and the other thing. But Nine of Cups, you are very, very satiated. You're even feeding yourself your own grapes. But you just thought, oh, be off with you. Let me indulge myself. You know, I'm integrated. I don't need others to feed me grapes or serve me wine. I can do this for myself, right? So you can indulge in your own inner feelings of emotional stability and happiness. And the King of Pentacles could be this person here that is somebody who is wanting to commit to you, because it's a King of Pentacle energy. Someone's committing to you through marriage, right? So this, guys, pile number one is what's significant that's happening or coming in for you during this new moon in Virgo. You are either accepting a proposal, giving a proposal, or you got married, just newly married, or you're renewing your vows. Or at least you're thinking about it. By maybe next weekend you'll ask your person for their hand in marriage, or they'll ask you, which you may not be knowing that right now. And next weekend they're gonna show up with a promise ring or engagement ring. Okay, guys, I hope that was helpful. Truly enjoyed it. Bye for now. Hi, pile 2. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen this card, card number 28, Oshun of Boundaries. Cord cutting, energetic balancing, and liberation. Freeing yourself from some kind of belief, situation, relationship, situation, same thing. So it's just you're freeing yourself from something. Could be a belief system, a whole mindset, a negative pattern of thinking, something like that. Or it's whatever it is you're involved in, engaged in, you're freeing yourself from that. So this is the question, what's significant that's happening or coming in for you during this new moon in Virgo? And if you didn't choose it through your intuition because you have a hard time with that or just didn't care to, we got 4 or 6. So however they resonated with you, okay? And then we had the zodiac signs, if you didn't want to use those. We have Gemini and Capricorn. Virgo? Yeah, Virgo and Leo. Virgo and Leo, yes, okay. All right, guys, let's get moving. Pick these cards. I'll read from the book a couple of the cards for further clarification. We have the Tower, Hagalaz rune. Yeah, it's like a upheaval of energy. Things are falling down in order to be built up, stronger foundation, much more opportunity for a much happier structure for you. whether it's a mindset, belief system, or something that you're involved with. Pile 2. Clarification. Transformation, card 13. So that's death. Death and transformation. Lovely. Okay. And let's get the Lenormand. Don't let me forget. I got to pull the book out because I'll forget to read it. We have house. Talk about a structure. There you are. Your house. How you feel about yourself. How you perceive yourself. And then, what's this one? Trust your vibes. This is a brand new deck. Just out. There's, okay, we got 2 of them. Let's see. We've got pay attention and pray. Very interesting. Pay attention and pray. Okay, let's start with Oshun Boundaries, card number 28, which is the 10, which is a new beginning. All right, let's see. We've got I honor my feelings and respect myself, cutting cords. Okay, setting and upholding boundaries can be challenging, especially if you're a people pleaser or a peacekeeper, but it's not your responsibility to manage other people's feelings or expectations at the expense of your own well-being and happiness, right? I always say that when we erect boundaries, establish them, and enforce them when it's appropriate, it shows that we have evolved, that we've grown, right? We've become wiser, and we only allow what we will accept from others, and we will not accept other things from people or even ourselves. We hold ourselves to a higher standard and hold other people to a higher standard. And when it comes to your happiness, like in a humility type of happiness, take a deep breath. Where do you need to establish or reinforce boundaries in your life? Is it in your personal relationships, your work, or your own self-care routines? Allow this goddess to empower you to say no when necessary and to say yes to prioritizing your own needs. Without boundaries, your life can spiral into chaos and your relationships may become strained. Boundaries aren't walls to keep people out. They're tools to create space for authenticity, respect, and healthy connections. It's time to draw those lines and reclaim your personal power. Honoring your boundaries is an act of self-love. So dare to embrace boundaries and make the choice to prioritize yourself. Self-love, your future self will thank you for it. Learning to love yourself by establishing healthy boundaries and enforcing them when appropriate. Okay, so we got the Tower, as you know. We have the Tower, which in here it says sudden change, calamity, damaged pride, and turmoil and then revelation. Yeah, it's very hard to read that. And then we have transformation, death, major change and transformation, the Death card. Yep, something's coming down, some kind of structure is coming down so that you can rebuild. And the rebuilding starts with those healthy boundaries. So pay attention and pray. Okay, let's find out what pay attention has to say. Let's see. Pay attention. Stop what you're doing and notice what and who needs your attention and care. Start with the basics and move outward. Does your body need care? Do you need a better daily routine or a healthier diet? Do you need to stretch and move? Do your close relationships need your time and attention? How about your professional associates? To me, it seems like this is something to do with this here is talking to you about paying attention to your needs, to your well-being, as the rest of these cards are talking about, to your well-being and your happiness, like to be able to balance out the energies within your relationships, including the relationship you have with yourself, in a healthy way that says, I will only accept this and I won't accept that. This is what I'll accept, this, that, and the other thing, and these are the things that I will not accept, either from myself or from others, right? If you're not going to accept it from yourself, then why would you expect it accept it from others. So praying, well, I mean, you know what praying, the hotline to the universe is prayer, which means simply communicating heart to heart with your unconditionally loving creator. As you pray, know your creator is listening. Don't waste time trying to figure things out alone. This exhausting effort will only lead to more frustration, confusion, and no real answers. Let go of your anxieties and give your concerns to the universe. Pray for assistance and ask the universe to remove all obstacles in your path. Yes, you can ask them to remove the universe, the God, to remove all obstacles, not just certain ones, just all of them. So yeah, I mean, you can really live obstacle free, liberated, enjoying life, being balanced in an energy of, I'm free. I don't have anything, tying me down with the energetic cords, right? You're cutting cords. It says, prayer raises your vibration and strengthens your power of attraction. As you pray, expect your prayers to be heard and answered. Prayers are potent exchanges with God. Let your nightly prayer before sleeping be one of gratitude for prayers answered. They will be, and expect it, they will be. Yes, beautiful. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So it seems like you might have some boundary building to do. Let's see what's coming in, what's happening. That's part of it. You're building a new structure in something. You're building a new you, for one thing. And what is that attracting? Maybe we can get Archangel Michael. Can you tell us? I know you will. Okay. We have inner calling, which is judgment. Judgment, okay? Inner calling, listening to the call of your heart from the divine, from the universe, wanting to please you. The universe wants to please you in every way, not just in so many ways, but every way, if you allow it. Remember, you'll accept this, that, and the other thing, but you won't allow that, this, and the other thing, okay? If you allow it. Okay, answering the call. Oh, look at this, double whammy. This is a huge thing that's, you are transforming a part of your life, yourself, your life, as a result of transforming yourself. Major change and transformation. Yeah, death twice. So there's a whole lot of endings, and the death comes in as the result of the divine hearing your heart, the call of your heart, and saying you're asking for something to change. You're asking for something to change, and generally what happens is that a part of you changes. It dies off. There's a part of you that changes by you saying, life comes at you in ways that kind of force us to really analyze our part in it as to why it's happening. And when we can honestly and truthfully look at it and say, what part of my finger was in that pot? What finger? How many fingers did I have in that pot as to why I'm experiencing what I'm experiencing now or again and again and again? You might finally be saying, there's got to be something better than this. Why is this happening? I don't want this. I want change. I don't want this to happen to me anymore. I don't want my house to be any less than, accepting, happy, and lovely. The King of Hearts here. King of Cups, right? I want to feel at home in myself. What that means is I want to feel good about me. I don't want to think about how I'm guilty of something, how I should blame myself, or how I need to project that blame onto someone else. Is it time for me to start taking responsibilities for the way I think and feel? Maybe it is. Maybe that's what you're answering right now. And it might be that the way you've been thinking and feeling in the past, do you want to have a change in your life by what's coming to you in the world, is the fingers that you've got in the pot of whatever it was that shows up in your life. The pot is the experience of having your way of thinking and feeling as your finger in the pot, if you get what I'm saying. So you're stirring the pot with the way you're feeling and thinking, and then you get, as a result, whatever it is that it culminates to in the pot. So like soup or stew, or just kind of really some, you know, boggy stuff, right? Stuff that you just like, you look at it and probably want to vomit. So you wouldn't consider tasting it, that's for sure. So what is it that we're stirring? You know, what are we using to stir the pot with? Because whatever's in the pot, we want to create. And I was just making some bread, and the first batch I made, it didn't rise. It was still usable, but it didn't rise. For what I was trying to use it for, it was okay. But I realized it was because the yeast I had was too old, because I tested it after, I tested some of it after, and realized it wasn't rising. And so I got a new package of yeast, and I tested it first before I started making some bread, and it rose. It rose, and it's like, I said to my husband, I said, now that's, you know, that's what makes me want to bake, is when you can see your hard work rise to the occasion. You know, when you see your bread rise, you know all that time you spent making the bread was worth it, and it just makes you feel so good, right? So what is it that you're putting into the pot, right? Your way you think and feel about yourself, number one. Number two, about other things. And number three, about what the world you believe, what you believe the world might be doing to you, which of course the world doesn't do anything to us. The world is like, it's like the movie screen, right? It's the movie screen in and of itself, like money, is just neutral. It's just energy. It's just there to reflect back to you what it is. Like money's a tool, right? The movie screen is a tool for the movie to be projected from the projector onto it to show us what it is we are projecting, right? So the film itself is our mind. It's the way we think and feel, our belief system, the film. Then the projector is what we use to project, which would be like our thinking, our way, our speaking, our behavior is like the projector. It's the mechanical thing that's putting it out onto the screen, which is the world. So what shows up on the screen isn't the world doing something to us. It's what we projected as a result of our own thoughts and feelings. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, there's some major change going on that the divine has heard your heart and said, let's just call you Julie. No, let's call you a man, okay? Well, let's say Jesse, because Jesse can be a man or a woman. I'm hearing Jesse's heart, and Jesse is begging, you know, without even begging, you know, without actually getting down on your hands and knees and begging. Your heart is begging, whether you're conscious of it or not, is crying out for the divine, for just change, whether you would see it as the divine interjecting or not. You just want something to change. You do. You've had enough. Justice, yeah. So justice is going to come in, and because the divine is on the call with you. The tower, something's coming down, it's being dissolved, whether it's a way of life or a way of thinking, a mindset, okay? Thinking and feeling. Something, so you have to pick how this is going to work with you in your life. Pile 2. So justice is coming in for balance. Truth will reign. Sword, right? Truth will reign, balance will come as a result. So you're going to have justice. It's going to go in your favor as long as you allow the transformation within yourself, right? And then we have Knight of Cups. Ooh, wow, Knight of Cups. Somebody has some admiration for you, or it's you seeing the sweetness in life now that justice is coming forward, coming through. Either way, okay? Someone is coming through with admiration because they're seeing they're seeing you for the changed you that you're becoming. They may not know you from before, but they're going to see someone that they can react to or respond to in a way that's pleasing with the Knight of Cups, because they're going to like what they see, in other words. You got the Page of Cups. Ooh, an offer of love, creativity, creating something. 5 of Cups. Ooh. Well, okay, let's just keep going. Bao-gu, temperance, healing. There's the healing and balancing again. We got balance all over this thing. So balancing. We've got, balance here. And, well, just cutting cords is balance, okay? Healing. Cutting cords is healing. Moving on up, okay? Moving on up. So we can get more cards on the table. Moving on up. Yeah. We have got the Chariot, successfully moving forward. Yes, moving forward at a pace that is a good pace. It's not too fast. Good Lord, I've got stuff. I've got stuff. All right, let's see. We're going to move all that stuff because you can't see these cards. All right, can you see it now? It's like, can you hear me now? Can you see it now? This success, moving forward, okay? After some healing, there's a 5 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, holy cow. And the Knight of Pentacles, lovely, lovely, lovely energy with the Fool energy, optimism. So manifestation, new beginning here, which is also a new beginning, the Fool, right? Then we got the King of Wands, holy moly, the High Priestess. And let's see, we got the 5 of Swords, the 2 of Pentacles, the 2 of Swords. I mean, that's a whole other story for another time. We don't need it here, right? We got enough cards. So we got major change, transformation. There is something that's going to turn in your favor. You're going to be very happy about it, okay? Knight of Cups. You're going to be happy about it. I mean, I just said it without realizing, but you're going to be happy about it. With the Cups, you're going to be emotionally happy. You know, happy is an emotion, right? So you're going to be happy about it. And it could very well mean that you're having someone's going to be looking at you and saying, I'd like to ask you out. Or I'd like to offer you a cup of coffee. Page of Cups. Or an apology. If it's somebody that has done you wrong, or the two of you fought or something, and they may have been more in the wrong than you. But if you're both in the wrong, that's fine too. But you're going to be paying attention to how you're feeling moving forward, because you need something to change. You need something to end so that something can come anew. Change, be something different for you. And this might be the person that you've been in, maybe had an argument with, that is showing up with an apology saying, I shouldn't have said that, and I would promise you I will never say that or do something like that ever again. I promise. I have learned my lesson, is what they're going to say. They should. I've learned my lesson, which means they've grown, because you've come up with this boundary that says, if you want to be in my life, you will never ever do this, that, or the other thing again. I mean, and you'll have solid ground to stand on with that because of what has happened, what's transpired between the two of you, that it was the boundaries. That solid ground you're standing on now, the higher ground, that's why they say it's a higher ground with the 7 of Wands, right? There's you with the wand up above on the higher level, while the other ones are poking at you from below. You're on a higher level than them, because you've erected those boundaries, you're protecting them. And these people have no business poking at you, but they do. But you're quite capable of defending yourself, fending them off, because you're standing on higher ground. All right? So you are on higher ground, meaning that they have to come in kind of like a dog with their tail between their legs to say, please forgive me, I promise I won't do this again, and I will accept your boundaries. I won't cross them anymore. And then it's like you don't have to feel so disappointed anymore, because you got healing from your boundaries being accepted. And even if this is a brand new person, it's the same thing. You're going to be, what you've done is you've grown, and you realize that what makes your structure solid for you, as the house, you know, because the house represents who you are, right? To you, to yourself. You're paying attention to your needs, and you are, you know, you're asking, whether you're actually literally praying or through meditation or just your heart, the divine's telling you your heart is asking for this, whether you're conscious of it or not. You're asking for a breakdown of all that you've experienced before in other relationships, right? The 3 of Cups, now the 2 of Cups is coming in that you didn't necessarily see until you decided it's time to put up some boundaries, to listen to the pain that I have been feeling, that I don't want to feel like that anymore. I want to feel good about myself. I want to be happy. I want to have a good relationship with people. I don't want trouble in my relationships anymore. So what do I have to do in order for me to be able to live within myself happy, but also to project that kind of happiness in the world by inviting a relationship into my life that's not going to have those kind of troubles? The kind of troubles that you really do have to stand on a higher level than the other one who's not living up to your expectations. Like, okay, expectations, I'm not saying it's okay to have expectations, but it is. It's all right, as long as it's a humility type of expectation, meaning you're not expecting someone to be or do anything more than you would expect of yourself, or that you would, you know, offer them in return, right? So if you can't be what it is that you're expecting them to be for you, then that's not a fair, that's not a just expectation. Just so we're clear on that. So there's the 2 of Cups that's coming in. And so somebody, it's whether new or someone that's coming back saying, I forgive, or please forgive me, I'm sorry. Or it's somebody new that's coming in with offer of love for you, that's going to be able to break your what am I trying to say, your trail of heartache. You've already started that through this, through allowing yourself to make some drastic changes in yourself, in your structure. The very fortress of where you feel like you can be safe within, you know, just in yourself, on your own, even if it's in isolation, or you live on your own, or you spend time alone, just in yourself, you have a safe haven, and that's known as that soul that's in you. That's your safe haven, your best friend. It's you. Okay, so you've got angels all over this. They're cheering you on. You're finding some peace and healing after all with this coming in, right? It's showing up for you. It's showing up for you that you change, you get a change from others. So however you're changing yourself, what's significant that's happening or coming in for you is that the movie screen is going to be mirroring back to you or showing back to you how you've changed your film. You've changed your film. You're always going to use a projection. There's always going to be a projection because you can't watch a movie without it. So the tool's always going to be there. And that's your thinking, speaking, and doing. Okay, but your movie's going to be different because you're allowing things to change drastically with the Tower and major change and transformation twice in your wherever it is. Yeah, I don't know, can't remember where it is. So major change and transformation right there. Okay, these two. Major. So your house, your film, your video, or your film, your movie is going to look different now. You're projecting it out to the world, and the world is going to reflect it back to you as experiences with people and relationships and events. It's all good. It's all good. So Chariot moving forward, successfully. Possibly somebody might want to give you a big ring, an engagement ring, but You know, if this, whether it's a past person coming back and apologizing, saying they'll honor your wishes and they won't ever do what they did before and apologize. So whatever it is, but it's also the divine saying to you that this is a brand new beginning for you, where you are being blessed because of your changes, your movie changing. You're changing the movie. You've got a different producer and director, maybe some different actors too, including yourself. You've changed your own acting prowess or style, right? And so you are going to have a great big brand new beginning in your life. That's a great big blessing and prosperity, right? Blessings and prosperity shows up in many different forms. So, and it's forms because it's pentacles, it's forms, right? It's matter. Knight of Pentacles. Taking it slow though, you know, that could be one of the things that either is on your list of I will only accept myself if I making decisions in relationships or anything else, as long as I take it slow. Take it slow and don't, you know, impulsively move into something, right? Before you really feel like you're ready for it, really feel like you're ready for a leap of faith. Yes, you can take it slow so that you're ready to jump off and know that the universe is going to catch you. Leap of faith, taking a risk, right, with somebody who is, this person, Knight of Cups, is a King of Wands. A to-doer, somebody who takes control, takes on challenges, and the challenge might be to accept if it's somebody that you've been with and they're coming back, they're accepting the challenge to take on your boundaries, to acknowledge and accept your boundaries, is what I'm trying to say. Or brand new, it's just somebody who's coming in and they're very, very attractive to you. Like they just have so much confidence and leadership qualities in you that you really admire about them, but they find you incredibly attractive as well, okay? They see you as somebody of a sorceress. They see you as somebody who's got a lot of skills and a lot of talents, and that comes from being standing in your power of being like trying to make sure that you are living your life in a way that says, I'm paying attention to what I need, my needs. What are my needs? My needs are this, that, and the other thing. So you decide what your needs are. So what's significant that's happening and coming in for you during this new moon is that you're coming to realize how powerful you are when you stand within your self-set boundaries, right? Your healthy boundaries. That's why they say healthy. Healthy boundaries. You stand in your ground in your healthy boundaries because you're letting the idea of allowing others to kind of have your control, to be controlling you, you know, like a puppet on a string, but maybe not that bad, right? But we do give our power away to others. So you're taking your power back through erecting these healthy boundaries so that you have more of a solid foundation to stand on, to be proud of, to boast, to, you know, invite, have parties in yourself, right? Your house, your home. You are your home because you have the power of these healthy boundaries. You've got this energetic balance now. You're feeling liberated because you've got something to, like, it's kind of like saying, you know how people feel when they have a weapon in their hand. Oh, I'm so much more powerful than you because I could, you know, do this, that, and the other thing to you. That's kind of how you're feeling. Your healthy boundaries are kind of like a weapon, but not a weapon of destruction at all. It's a tool, really. Weapons are weapons, but tools are another thing, right? Tools are there to help us. So you have this great tool that a lot of people don't necessarily make use of, and you're making use of that tool, and you're saying, this is how I'm using this tool to carve or create. There's a card that said create here. To create. I thought there was a card that said create here. I guess not. But you got these talents. Oh yeah, creativity. You have the tools to create the life of happiness, inner balance and outer balance, because you're changing your video, or I keep saying video, your movie, film, your film, that you're projecting out to the world, that then will mirror back to you. Okay, so you're changing that, so it's going to be a film about you and your really important tool of healthy boundaries and enforcing them, and how the world is going to respond to that, because they're like this magnet now that says, oh, there's somebody with healthy boundaries. Okay, well, you know, I'm somebody who appreciates when people let us know what they'll accept and won't accept, so we're not just kind of flapping around in the wind about this when it comes to relationships or work or whatever. This person is going to come in and say, I know what you need from me. I know what you want from me. So at least I'm clear on that. Yep. And that's what's significant that's happening or coming in for you during the new moon in Virgo. There is some kind of enlightenment about how you can take your power back. Okay, and how you are a creator of your next relationships, your next experiences moving forward with these healthy boundaries. So I hope this was helpful. Take care and best of luck with that. Bye for now, Pile 2. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen this card, Oshun's Assay. So it's card number 15. It's just 6. It's about love, worthiness, self-worth, and self-respect. Self-respect, worthiness, self-worth, self-respect. Okay, we're answering the question, what's significant? What is significant that's happening or coming in for you during this new moon in Virgo? If you didn't choose it with your intuition, you chose it with your number. So we have 1 and 5. So however that resonated for you. And if not, it was your zodiac sign. We have Cancer and Scorpio. And then we have Aries and Sagittarius. All right. Let's rock and roll. Let's find out what Major Arcana is. I'll read the Oshun's Assay in a moment from the card, the book. This one here. We've got the Devil. Woohoo! Vision and perception. Emerge from the shadow into something new. Remember, every ending is a door to a fresh start. Yes. So that really goes well with self-worth and self-respect. Worthiness, the idea of being worthy, right? Being worthy. Let's get some clarification for the Devil energy. It's just toxicity, right? Feeling like you are bound, you know, bound to a life of you know, whatever it might be to you. 8 of Cups energy. Bound to a life of emotional imbalance, emotional not having your emotions met, you know, emotional lacking emotional happiness, you know, emotional, I don't know, just emotional what? Okay. Tower. Woo. Geez, oh geez, oh geez, guys. And let's get, this is from a brand new deck, the Inner Temple Oracle Guide by Rebecca Campbell. Emotional happiness, emotional fulfillment. That's the word. Oh my goodness, yes. Emotional fulfillment. Lacking emotionally fulfilling relationships or experiences. The beauty way. Oh, that's beautiful. I'll read that too, because I can. Let's read that too. Let's read this one first, okay? Number 15. We've got Oshun's Assay, worthiness, self-worth, self-respect. I am worthy of love. There you go. Success and abundance. Here's the deal. It's high time to recognize your worth and stop settling for less. You are deserving of love, respect, and the very best in life. Stand tall in your worthiness and let the world see the value you bring. Assay means so be it. Okay, so be it. in and so it is, so it is. Isn't that like the when we say amen, it's like, and so it is. So ase means so be it in Yoruba and represents your life force energy, also known as your prana or ki. Oshun's ase vibrates with the energy of your innate worth and deservedness. What to do now? Quit those self-sabotaging habits and negative self-talk. The world will follow your lead once you truly value yourself. So chin up. Just to interject here, your world is following your lead right now if you're feeling that you're lacking in emotional fulfillment in your life. Because you may not be feeling like, whether you acknowledge it or not, truly see it in yourself, it's there. There is some kind of energy that's emanating from you that says, I'm not worthy, I'm unworthy, or I'm unlovable, or something, you know, just something. I hate myself even, or I'm not pretty enough, or I'm ugly, or just anything that has a negative connotation to it. That's what that's what the world is responding to. Okay, so the world will follow your lead once you truly value yourself. So chin up, shoulders back, and go out there to conquer the world. You've got this. Oshun's ase is a call to break free from self-limiting beliefs and societal conditioning that makes you doubt your value. It might be something like you're really thin. If you're a woman, you're thin. Like you have a great, like you're not overweight or obese or anything like that, but maybe you got a little bit thicker thighs than the model that you see on TV that you wish you could have their body proportions, right? You might have a great bust line and everything like that, but maybe you've got a little bit more of excess, whatever, just at the hips, at the side of the hips, right? And you might be berating yourself for that, or hating your body for it, that kind of thing. It says here, claim your worth and act as if you are deserving, because you are. The golden key she holds is your permission to unlock the doors to opportunities you may have felt unworthy of pursuing. You are a force of nature. Remember that the divine mirrors the respect and love you show yourself. The universe, right, responds to what we're projecting out there. And if you're interested, pile number 2 would be a really good reading for you to listen to as well. Okay, so if you're feeling called to it, self-worth, right? Learning to respect yourself. Respect yourself, see yourself as worthy of having your emotional needs met, and in any whatever form that shows up, like especially in a relationship with a romantic partner, but if you're kids, you've got kids. If you already have, well, your parents, your friends, your co-workers, you should be able to expect to be respected if you're respecting yourself. But if you're not respecting yourself and you don't feel like you're getting the kind of respect that you deserve, then that's where you have to look within yourself and say, what is it that I'm not doing for myself that I should be doing for me, before I expect others to you know, mirror that back to me, right? So, oh yeah, I was going to read The Beauty Way, which is really interesting, given that we're talking about looking at oneself. Okay. Are these all triangles? Yes, okay. I'm just going to look in the, see if there's a table of contents. The Beauty Way. Oh yeah, 64. Okay. The Beauty Way. Beauty is about much more than appearance and aesthetics. Beauty always has a deeper purpose, and it doesn't try to be anything other than what it is, which is why it takes our breath away. Life is beautiful, but it isn't pretty. Beauty is very different from pretty. Pretty is perfect, but it's static, fixed, paper thin. It holds no substance, it has no depth, and it's not really alive. Pretty never lasts, but beauty is timeless. Beauty holds the essence of life. It contains within it the great mystery. Birth and death are interesting. We're talking about death here with the Tower. Birth and death are beautiful. Love is beautiful. Friendship is beautiful. Growth is beautiful. All things that are beautiful have a tension within them. Perhaps it's this tension that makes them beautiful. For we appreciate how much of a blessing and a miracle they are when we witness them in their fleeting state, in that never to be seen again moment. Babies are beautiful, flowers are beautiful, the ocean is beautiful, life is beautiful, you're beautiful. Beauty transforms the beholder through its brutal honesty. It activates the breath of life as we exhale in awe. And this brings us into the present moment. If you open your eyes, you'll see that this world is made up of such beauty. And if you do your best to acknowledge it when you can, you'll be brought instantly into the present moment. You'll be inspired to embrace your true nature and sacred purpose, for it's the fact that all things change that makes them all the more beautiful in each moment. This card is a reminder to seek the beauty of this world and your life, and in turn to create beauty wherever you go. So yeah, it's whatever beauty you behold in yourself that you will recognize and therefore be able to acknowledge in the world outside of you. Whatever is going on in you will be what you will experience in your outside world. We are the creators of our life, so our life experiences. So yeah, if this is that Eight of Cups, this is like an emotional investment that you put into others. You put an emotional investment into others that you're feeling as though is not being reciprocated. Okay? The Devil, right? It's like emerge from the shadow into something new. Remember, every ending is a door to a fresh start. So whatever has ended for you, with the Devil energy, the toxicity that you just cannot bear any longer in the pursuit of happiness, the emotional void, the lack of reciprocity, the lack of feeling emotionally stable, but also emotionally well and taken care of. Are you taking care of your own? That'd be the question. Are you taking care of your own emotional wellness and happiness? Are you looking at yourself and saying, what do I need for me to be happy just as me? Because I can't rely on someone else. And nor should we ever rely on anybody else. We should always just rely on ourselves, because that which comes as a result of us taking care of ourselves is something worth putting our emotional investment in. You see? Now, if there's anything that's coming to us by way of experience in relationships or situations, circumstances, whatever it might be for you, health even for that matter, finances, career opportunities, whatever comes to us that may be showing up in your life right now, pile 3, is what is a reflection of how much of an emotional investment you have put into yourself. So, emotional investment, that's learning how to love yourself. Can you truly say that you love yourself? That when you look in the mirror and you look deep into your eyes, you look deep into your eyes and you say, you know what, I love you. I just love you to Dickens, I just love, oh my God, I love you so much, Can you just look in the mirror and look deep within your eyes and actually hold your gaze and say, I love you so much. I care for you. I have compassion for you. I want to make you as happy as I can possibly make you. I'm going to do things and behave in ways that makes me proud of who I am. Right? I love myself. I love you. I love you. And who are you saying that to? A wounded child, an inner child, the soul that needs to hear you say things like that, because as you give your soul power, it grows and it becomes more expanded, more, it just like, it grows into the loving energy that it is meant to be in all its power and glory. When we have wounded inner child situations and that energy from being hurt when we're a kid to taking that into our adulthood with us, into our relationships, that pain and any kind of contradiction or just that emotional not feeling like you're worthy of anything, not worthy of being loved because you're rejected, neglected, abused, or just not not heard, you might have an opinion, you were shut down, told that you were bad or you weren't good enough, or what's your problem, why are you always grumpy, stuff like that, things that your parents or other people said to you, or siblings said to you, that just kind of made you feel bad at the time. You take that as being, I'm not good enough, I'm bad, and then we take that into our relationships as we grow older. And then we wonder why our relationships end bad, or relationships are not fulfilling, emotionally fulfilling. Because we, right from the beginning, never felt like we were emotionally fulfilled, taken care of. Well, now that we're adults, like children, you don't have that responsibility of making sure that you're emotionally fulfilled. But as an adult, it's now our responsibility to make sure that we take care of ourselves, that we love ourselves. Children just don't have, that wherewithal to do that sort of thing. Adults do. So it's our turn now to make sure that we are taking care of our own emotional needs. Because look what first card comes out, which is the Ten of Swords. Oh my God. Now this is not just the fact that somebody or somebody's, past relationships have ended in betrayal. A lot of pain. It's not just that. It's you possibly letting yourself down, sabotaging your own efforts to fulfill yourself emotionally, because you never really knew to fulfill yourself emotionally, or you just didn't do it. You just, it's easier not to. Easier to put your emotions, your care, and your seeing the beauty in someone else before you've even seen it in yourself. And when we put our emotions into a relationship or into something, then it's like we've given something of ourselves, but now that you're like, it's now because you're empty. You're giving something of yourself. You're empty because you don't replenish yourself, or it wasn't a true, a true, I already have it, so therefore here is some of it. It was like you just gave all that you could give to a relationship, gave all of yourself to a relationship, and now you are, in an energy of lack. And so the person or the situation or whatever it is for you is going to respond to that void, that emptiness, because you've expected it possibly, but the thing is that you can't expect and receive from someone that which you have not expected from yourself. Okay? So sabotaging, right? Left for dead, in a lot of pain and hurt. You could have betrayed yourself, disappointed yourself, and therefore, your relationships are betrayed and disappointed. Nine of Wands, feeling like a wounded warrior, somebody who's just been beat up left, right, and center. But the beautiful thing about this is that you're not completely beat down. This is a new beginning, by the way. This is you standing up and say, hey, look, Buster, I've had enough of you. I'm taking my wand here, the one I have left that I haven't been beaten down with. I'm going to keep pursuing. I'm going to keep persevering. I may be wounded, but I am not dead. See, you were dead here, but you were left for dead, but you weren't really dead. Okay, you were left for dead, but you weren't really dead. So that was the end of that sabotaging energy. You said it's time for you to be able to find a self-worthiness bone inside of yourself. And we got the King of Cups. The King of Cups is so emotionally balanced, grounded in their emotional intelligence. They have their emotions under control. They love deeply. love, 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 love themselves and love others deeply, deeply, deep. They can't help it. That's just who they are. That's what they're made up of. They're a king. You know, they are so integrated into their quality, which is love, caring, compassionate, kindness, gentleness, of course intuitive as well, but just somebody who you can trust to love you and to you know, to bounce it back to you. You know, that you give them love, they give back. They give it back. Let's see if that's you or someone else. Strength. Okay, we got strength. Six of Pentacles, that is equal give and take. Reciprocity. King of Wands, oh my goodness, okay. Oh, Nine of Pentacles, okay. Let's see where this story is going. Six of Cups. Temperance. Queen of Pentacles, oh my goodness. Okay. Five of Pentacles. Ooh. Back of the deck. The Hermit. The Two of Cups. And the Princess of Pentacles. Well, let's pull out the Six of Wands too, okay? So, Princess of Pentacles is the Page of Pentacles. It's an offer leading to success with the Six of Wands. Being acknowledged for who you acknowledge yourself to be, okay? Yeah, that's, I mean, this is the whole lesson through this particular reading, is learning about acknowledge yourself for who you are, the successful, victorious person, powerful person that you are, that if you need to be emotionally fulfilled, you look to yourself first for that. Yeah. Okay, so Ten of Swords, yeah, left for dead, but not completely dead. Nine of Wands saying, okay, I've had it with you. And this King of Cups is like, it's either you or someone else. And I need to have a look at this because it looks like, I'm just going to go through this first. Okay, strength and courage, equal give and take, reciprocity, like I was talking about before. Whatever you put out to somebody, because you've already got it to give it to them. So that means you're not lacking it. You're just giving them a little bit of it to them. They will reciprocate. Okay, if they're worthy of you, if they're worthy of your emotional gift. You know, what you're going to give, invest in. King of Wands is somebody who is like take charge, take control type of energy, a doer, someone who will battle and, you know, win. Somebody who is just going to take the challenge and go with it and win. They don't ever enter a battle they don't think that they're going to win. Nine of Pentacles is becoming, you know, independently, you know, good in your own energy. Independently good in your own energy. Six of Cups, something from the past, something that's been going on for a long time, maybe even since childhood. With the Temperance, balance and healing needed. Some balance again with healing and peace. The Queen of Pentacles, energy of being committed, someone who's grounded not only in you know, the ways of of the world. You know, you've got yourself grounded in solid energy. You'll become the Tower again. Now the Tower here in the Lenormand is a tower of it's a sanctuary. It's a tower where it's solid. Okay, it's not going to crumble. So we got the Six of Spades here. This is the Six of Swords. That's moving from rough waters to calmer waters, right? With your lessons, life lessons. That is what's helped your tower be strong and sturdy and to fare the weather, right? You can go to the top of the tower and look out upon the land to see where your safety reigns. Okay, or if you are being safe, you know, you can see like red flags, for example. You can see these things coming from far away before they cause a problem, and you can prepare yourself for them. So a red flag in a person, right? That's where you can always count on knowing that this is someplace where you can go to be safe. To safe, and you know, the government in your country is supposed to be, okay, I say that with exclamations, supposed to be the institution that is for the people, especially in our country, the United States. Okay, so it's supposed to be an institution for the people. So it's supposed to protect us, protect our boundaries, you know, our borders, yeah, protect our borders, and give us the pursuit of, you know, all the rights and the Constitution of being able to, you know, pursue happiness and life and liberty. Okay, so it's an institution, and it could be like the institution of government, of feeling that you're in a safe place. Just put it that way. You're in a safe place. It's good. It's secure. And it gives you a higher, you know, vision or perspective of being able to go to the top of the tower and look out and see what other things might be coming that be encroaching upon your well-being, your property, you know, your property, your life. But, you know, relationship-wise, it would be red flags that you can see that are coming in from miles away, kind of thing. Okay, so you have the Queen of Pentacles energy and the Five of Pentacles energy, feeling left out in the cold, trying to not be hermetizing yourself. Two of Cups is coming along, Princess of Pentacles and offers coming in, and then success. Okay, well, Archangel Michael, I sure would like your assistance here. Interesting. Yeah, I'm going to get my little deck out here. Archangel Michael, please clarify the King of Cups for me. Is this our pile 3, or is this someone else who's deep in their emotions? Because of the ocean, right? Emotions, the ocean. King of Cups. Who is the King of Cups, Archangel Michael? The Two of Cups. Okay, good. Excellent. Two of Cups. Two of Cups. Okay. So he's your Two of Cups, he or she. Because remember, these are just energies. You could be a man, pile 3, watching this, and your person, your Two of Cups person, is in the King of Cups energy, a woman. Okay? Or if you're same sex, that would work too. So whatever resonates for you. But strength and courage, equal give and take or not, possibly breadcrumbing, or breaking a commitment to somebody who breadcrumbed you, and you may be dividing up your assets, but you might have been having to hold back from them, because the King of Wands is somebody else. The King of Wands is somebody else. This is you in the Queen of Pentacles energy. That you've been left out in the cold. This, you know, emotional investment that you put in to someone. This King of Cups is going to reciprocate it to you. This is the one that's coming in. So what's significant that's happening or coming in for you during the new moon in Virgo is there's going to be a lover coming in. Someone that you either know already or someone new. And they're going to become your Two of Cups person. Okay, we're done. We're done, you know. Nothing more to say here. But yeah, see, the thing is that you have been in a troubled relationship or relationships. You have been, you know, it could be that they were holding back from you, or you were holding back, or just trying to find the strength and courage to move forward in a relationship that just was not giving it back to you. It was not reciprocating. They are like, okay, the King of Wands, it's kind of like the pinnacle of the Knight of Wands energy, because he's the king after all. It would be someone in the reverse. Someone who has been doing you wrong, taking advantage of you, manipulating you, deceiving. Very attractive though, and somebody that you find incredibly attractive, and you fell in love with them, and then, you know, there was like one that you would want to go the distance with. But they are, okay, I wanted to get some clarification, Archangel Michael. I want to find out who's the Nine of Pentacles energy. Who's in the Nine of Pentacles energy? Who do we have in the Nine of Pentacles energies? Is this pile 3, or is it the King of Wands energy? King of Wands person. 2 of Coins, 4 of Coins, and the 8 of Wands. Yeah. 4 of Coins. 8 of Wands. Yeah, I think that you have been arguing. The two of you have been arguing. Like there's been, you know, arguments going back and forth. Maybe even at a fast pace, but arguments, passionate communication, which could be anger, arguments, chaos and arguments. So 4 Coins is somebody who is miserly holding on to something, or just someone's holding back and being juggled. Oh, and by the way, that's for the Nine of Pentacles one. Okay, so we're talking about the Nine of Pentacles. This would be the King of Wands. Somebody who you've been arguing with, somebody who's been holding back on you, like being miserly, like the breadcrumbing stuff right here. Holding back on you right here. Holding back from being everything that you would want somebody to be in a relationship with you. Holding back that from you because maybe you've been giving so much of yourself, innocently and committedly to giving of yourself to them, and they just breadcrumbed you, like they didn't give it back in return. It wasn't an equal give and take between the two of you, and they're just been juggling you, perhaps juggling you in a way that says, I will, I'll take what she has or he has to give me, and I'll just play with it. Let's just say I'll just play with it, juggling it like that. Or they're juggling you with somebody else. Whatever it works for your story in this pile 3. But they have been holding back from you, and they could be holding back the truth about how they have been presenting themselves to somebody else as being single and unattached, single, independent, okay? That they are single, living the life of someone who goes around telling other women or men that they're single, okay? So they may be juggling you with someone else that they are entertaining at this point in time or in the past. And so there's been a lot of arguments between you and this King of Wands person, right? And they're not being honest with you. They're just not being upfront with you. They're holding back, withholding information from you with the 4 Coins. Withholding and being miserly. Miserly, like taking what you can give them and take whatever else they're getting from on the side from somebody else. And withholding is the strength. That they're withholding their courage to be everything that they ought to be in the upright King of Wands for you and the relationship. This has been going on for a long time, and it's somebody that you've known for a long time, whether it's somebody from, when you were quite young, whether it's kids or teenagers, high school, that kind of thing, maybe even college, but you've been with this person for a while, all right? And all you need now is you need to be able to heal the pain you're going through right now. And it has everything to do with you finding a way to be able to look at yourself in the mirror, basically. I'm going to just say this as an example. You do whatever it is you need to do. But I can just say, as a way of being able to translate this energy to you, I'll say, so that you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love you. I love you so much. I'm going to do everything I can, possibly in my power, to make me happy, to make me feel good, to make me feel emotionally whole, Okay? And that's going to bring you peace and healing, because you need to. This is you committing to yourself, but it's also you having the ability to move away from this commitment here to this one, to the King of Wands. Moving away from that commitment, all right? Dividing up your assets, just dividing yourself, separating yourself, breaking away from that commitment so that you can free yourself up for this one here. Because right now, you feel forlorn and kind of left out in the cold by this dude here or woman here who has been withholding their, whatever it is that you've been giving them. They're taking it and using it for their own gain in some other way, but not giving any of that back to you. And if they do, they just give you little bits of this and that, just enough to keep you interested or keep you from moving on. Yeah, but you know better now. You don't want to be breadcrumbed anymore. You want equal give and take. You want to move from the Five of Pentacles into the Six of Pentacles energy of equal give and take, reciprocity. But what this has done for you is that it has brought you into a place where it could be like the dark night of the soul, or you just kind of reaching rock bottom, where you're saying, I'm in so much pain, and confusion. I don't know what way is up. I don't know what to do. Why is it that I keep running into people like this that just want to take advantage of my good nature, right? Take advantage of that and not return it, not give it back to me, not treat me the way I treat them, not give to me the way I give myself to them. And you've been seeking the truth about that, and you're learning from this that you are the only place that you're going to find your safe haven. And the dark night of the soul is going to help reveal to you by showing you that everything that you have been able to give someone else has been a great drain on yourself. A great drain on yourself. And that in return makes you feel unwhole, unworthy, unlovable, just angry and sad and depressed, anxious, all this toxic energy. It's that you've got to walk away from the toxicity of the emotional investment you put in certain relationships that you have not been giving to yourself, not been investing in yourself, so that you feel like a tower. You feel like that somebody's, that you've got your back. That you can be in the energy of, I'm in my own sanctuary because I feel good about myself. I can look in the mirror, because I'm going to say this, I can look in the mirror and I can say, I love you, I've got me, I got myself. My inner self has got my back. My inner self loves me more than I might be thinking I love myself, which means I can love myself just as much as my inner self does. And you do that by looking in to yourself and seeing what needs to heal here for me to be able to look in the mirror and say, I love you, to myself. Yes. And so that, when you do that, when you have that epiphany where the light shines on whatever it is that you've been doing, it could even be this tarot card reader that's bringing that light of truth into your mind, of what you could do or what you need to do, that kind of thing. It's going to open you up to this beautiful Two of Cups energy with a King of Cups energy that wants to come into your life. You got Two of Cups here. It's going to be, someone's going to show up as a friend possibly at first, but they're going to make an offer, like as simple as you want to go to the movie or you want to go out for a cup of coffee or whatever it might be. But it's going to lead to success. This relationship is going to lead to success. However, however, the only way that you're going to be able to attract well, you might have already attracted the King of Cups energy into your life, but to hold on to them as a Two of Cups, loosely, of course, in a very balanced and harmonious way. But to hold on to that relationship, you've got to be able to find a way to love yourself. Pile 3. So what's significant that's happening or coming in for you during this new moon? You get yourself on board with taking care of you, being there for you, looking at yourself in the mirror and testing yourself with that. And you will see an opportunity come in for you where this King of Cups energy is going to say, why don't you and I, want this, that, the other thing, right? They want to get to know you better. That's what's coming in, okay? So you've got to show up first, right, in order for something to come in and meet you. All right, so take care of yourself. Best of luck with that. Bye for now.